Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we set up some batteries, not very many, but just enough to have available for now. Eventually, maybe later, we'll need them for more things, but just being a little bit conservative here on how many I make because I don't know what I'm going to need them for. Besides, as I mentioned and showed a little bit, or talked a little bit about last time, making accumulators to control power. I did play with that a little, but it doesn't work the way that I like it to because I just don't have enough other power production to make it worth my while. So while I did set it up with even with an SR latch here or RS latch, depending on how you like to call it, I ended up disconnecting it from that pump because it didn't really do me any good. I did though leave the one connected up over here, actually where we're at now, just to the accumulator without a latch because honestly this one probably will never even need to be run, and if it does, we've got other problems coming. In fact, is that alarm still in the game? This programmable speaker connected up to that as well would probably be the most useful thing to say, hey, wait a minute, this just kicked on. You might want to check out Power Wally. So we could do that. That'd be kind of fun. But today we're going to talk about the other biomass, as I mentioned the last time, the other Angel's bioprocessing fish. And this isn't just going out here and picking up fish or making the bots go do it with the deconstruct planner or anything like that, although I did do some of that. Some, quote unquote. And in fact, we're going to learn how to breed our own fish for a couple of different purposes. So as you can see, I unlocked Fish Refugium technology. That gives us a fish tank recipe, an artificial fish water recipe, say that 3 times fast, and then recipes to turn the 4 different types of fish that are in Angels, at least that I've noticed, or that this allows, obviously, into, well, less fish, which is a little suspicious. So you can turn, with the nutrient pulp, the artificial fish water, you can turn 4 fish into 2 and maybe a half. You can turn 4 Levac fish into 3 and maybe 85%. You can turn the Dorflurp jellyfish into 4 of them into 3 and maybe 85%. And you can turn the Santa Rays, 4 of them into 3 and maybe 85%. So there's not a whole lot of benefit to this one specifically, but we're still going to set it up to take a look at it. So I did pick up some glass, but I did not, obviously, because we just unlocked it, make the things. And also I'm going to need more than this coming down the line here. I'm going to need a lot more bronze. I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple of them. We'll walk up and grab some more bronze while those are getting made, and then we can actually put one of them down. I'm going to eventually, for this episode's content, want 4 of them. Spoiler alert, 1 for each type of fish. If that wasn't... oh, it's over here while I'm... Metals are over here. If that wasn't immediately obvious, that's what I'm doing. Just kind of a little peek behind the curtain, I actually have had a little bit of extra time recently, which is part of the reason why I did do a couple of extra episodes. But I also know where this is going, which is uncommon for the last 2/3 or so of the series. And so I know where this is going, so we're going to still do the explorative part of it. But with me knowing where it's going, I can, get there a little bit faster maybe. Let's get a whole stack of that for later. I also set up a little bit of glass smelting, and this turns 10 silicon into 1 pane of glass, which is quite a pain. So I've limited this to 1 stack, which is 100, I think, maybe 200. I don't know, because I only grabbed 40 for these. But I've eaten through quite a bit of silicon already, because I had over 1 box full, and now I have, well, like 3/4 of 1 box. Not much more than 1 box, but over 1 box. So I've made quite a bit. 40 plus whatever's in there, 62. So I've made over 100 so far, which is over 1,000 silicon. So yeah, we'll need a little more silicon later to make glass, unless there's a better / easier way to do it. So coming back down here, now that I have at least one of those fish refugiums made, I should probably put some bronze pipe in the mall area. Now that I have at least one of them made, I can set it down and we can take a look at these recipes. Don't get stuck, Wally. Let's go here. This will get us started at least. These have, so of course, the 4 recipes we looked at. I'm just going to pick the Factorian fish, which is the old default fish. It takes in the nutrient pulp and this artificial fish water. The nutrient pulp is this one. And spits out this, what's it called again? Polluted artificial fish water. And then also there is the artificial fish water recipe, which is water and saline. I don't know if we're venting enough saline to make it worth my while, so I think I'm just going to grab a hydro plant, which means I got to make one, and just make some saline with that. Now I need bricks. Okay, I'm not going to make you all watch me go all the way back up there, so I'll be right back. And I'm back. I have also crafted that thing there, so we can take a look, or we can grab that recipe. I do have a couple of these that I made too many of. I also have a stack of sulfur in my pocket. I made too many of these at some point along the way, so I have a clarifier to vent that purified water, which is kind of a shame, but also, who cares? And then we can make this this fish water by some process. That process is here in a chemical plant. Okay, chemical plant. I think I might have some of those too. No, I don't. Okay. Chemical plant. That needs more stuff made from iron. I did also put some iron pipes in the mall, and I should have grabbed some while I was up there, but I didn't. Chemical plant. There it is. Thank you. So I don't know how much of this I'm not setting this up with any sort of ratio yet. We're just going to take a look at it. But this here, that there, all of the things. No, actually, that's probably the best orientation for this. Let's put that up there, though. I'll put this one like here-ish. I'll grab this saline and put it like there-ish. Maybe. Here. Can I squeeze one of these in here easily or not? Not. Nope. I gotta go one more with this one. Actually, I might need to do more here, too. And I will actually need to do more there, too. And then I'm going to take this down to there. I'm just going to put a little more land in here like that. And I'll connect these up to a offshore pump, which I did not make either. Here, right? No. Here? Yes. More iron stuff. Good. Handcrafting. What this game is all about, right? Handcrafting. That can go in there. We'll run some power over here. There. 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 Okay, so those are... No, this isn't right either. These are gonna flow. There. And this can come in like that, and these can come up like that. You can come across from over here. Excellent. You can come down from there, do this, and then I'll just connect it in somehow, some way, like that. Alright, so that is going to make, like I said, it's going to lose some fish. I'm just going to stick some of these in there so you can watch it being made. And, like I said, it's going to actually cost us fish, which is why I guess it's called fish petting, because you end up losing more than you gain. But that's not the only recipe we have, because otherwise that would be kind of pointless. So we have a couple of other things that I want to unlock as part of this episode. One of those is Butchery 1, and then the following one is Fish Refugium 2. Butchery allows us to take, and actually I'm not going to let that run nonstop because it's just wasteful. Turning 4 of them into like 2.5 of them is not a good time. Butchery, which is going to take longer than I thought it would to research, is allows us to butcher the fish, and it works similarly to the compost buildings in that it has no recipe, or a smelter for that matter. It has no recipe. You just stick things in there, and out comes the output product, which is in this case butchered fish instead of the extra compost or compost. Okay, butchery. I thought this was going to be faster than that. I didn't want to have it unlocked too soon, but I guess I should have unlocked it sooner. And then the Fish Refugium 2 is the real point of this feature here, because it's going to actually give us something much better. Okay, so butchery, you can go butchery here, one of those. I have enough of everything to make. I don't need to. Never mind. Come on. Good. And then this can go kind of wherever. And all you do is literally put in some fish. I'm just going to put one in there. And out comes, depending on, you know, what you're butchering, out comes usually some kind of meat. Oh, there it goes. Is it a chance for meat on this recipe, of course? Butchery. Let's see. Factorio fish, yeah, 0.5. So you have to process 2 of them to get 1. I don't know why they just didn't make it 2 to 1 instead of 1 to 0.5, unless it's more like you have 50% chance of getting it, so you might get 1 or you might not. Maybe that's it. Levac fish is 1 to 1, Dorpfluff fish is 1 to 1, and Santarese is 1 to 2. And these also, you can also use this raw meat 25 at a time, mixed with 100 artificial fish water, which is what we're making here, to make more of the polluted fish water, which is kind of nice, especially later once you get the reason why you're doing all of this. But for right now, you don't really need or want to butcher anything. I'm going to go ahead and lay the rest of these out while we're kind of waiting. Let's not put that there, though. Let's just put these all... no, not next to each other. Let's put them 2 away from each other. Reasons that it will become apparent later. All right, Fish Refugium 2 is done now, and this gives us a different fish recipe. This one now costs us 2 Factorian fish, plus the aforementioned nutrient pulp and artificial water, and I think they're even the same recipe. The same inputs, 20 and 100 to get 100, and this one is 20 and 100 to get 100. But in this case, you get 2 to 4 Factorian fish. So it is multiplicative. So this is actual fish breeding, which is why the recipe is named such. This Levac fish breeding requires brown algae and nutrient pulp and artificial water. And for that, you get 5 to 10 with 2 in. Really good. This one over here, green algae, 2 in and 2 fish in, plus the other 2 things, get you 5 to 10 Dorpfluff jellyfish. Very, very effective. And then finally, the Santarese, 2 in plus 2 raw meat in, plus the other ingredients, gives you 5 to 10 Santarese. So these are all much better recipes than this one. And I'm just going to quickly set these up, each one. And the raw meat one will be a little bit harder to set up, but we can easily do it because I went fishing with all the other fishes, and we lost that water there, but that's okay. So we're just going to set all 4 of these up. And I want to do, let's see, I want to do 4 boxes. Because these are expansive recipes, we need to have a little bit of a buffer, and we need to have a little bit, I guess I could have done a copy paste here, a little bit of a place to sort of store these things as they're kind of being taken out of the output slots and put back into the input slots. So just a little round the horn here. Actually, I don't want it there. I want it here for reasons for later. There, and there, and then we can go not there, maybe there. Should do. We'll bring this over, just like we did with the other stuff. And again, I didn't actually do the math on the artificial fish water, but it's not going to really matter a whole lot because of... let's go out to 3. Yeah, we'll push this one back by 1. That'll be fine. Let's do this, and that, and then copy paste this to there, and there. Not you. And you can see now that I just drained it. But I just need to seed this with a few fish, which I can easily do. Actually, just have them all there. You know what? Actually, one more thing. Let's take this and limit it to 1 stack, because I don't want a ridiculous amount of fish. And you can have this one, and you can have that one, and you can have this one. But none of these 3 work. Only this one works. And the reason for that is, of course, because we need to bring in, for these guys, the brown and green algae. And for this one, they need to have raw meat, which means we need to butcher some fish in order to accomplish. So the brown and green algae, we can get that from, maybe borrowing it from one of these. Did I have green algae coming over here for anything? Coming elsewhere for anything else? No-ish? Maybe I just make some? I could just make some. If I have another one of these things. Nope. Could just make some. We don't need much to show this off. Let's just make a Mark 1 of this. And we can just put it down here in the end and just belt it over. That'll be fine. I think we can just do this. I think it just needs water, right? Yeah, this one. And it just needs water. I could grab from this pipe. Let me put down some more landfill here. Almost. Grab some from this and bring it over. And that'll be enough to show the recipe. Almost got it right. Almost. There. You're going to make those things, and then we're just going to take that out onto a belt. Let me do it this way. Shortchange that one. Oh, this way. Long one can be green algae. Short one can be brown algae. You can come up here. And then those can go just over to that point someplace. Into there, into there. Again with the power poles. Like that. And that should get us at least a little bit of this just to kick these guys off. They needed, what was it, 2? Yeah, 2 each, so it's not very much. It's not a whole lot to fret over. And meanwhile, this has been ticking away, and we should have, in theory, more fish than we started with. These do take a long time. This is a 60-second recipe times 0.75, so what's that? 75-second recipe. That's not short. Let's see. You kicked off because you got the green. You kicked off because you got the brown. So it is working. And then those will eventually start incrementing as well, being more additive as well. So we can take that butchery. We should take that butchery and come over here and just do this just to prove this out. We have 1 meat here on the output, of course, and if I steal some from like this one, put those in there, that'll make a few of that. I could steal some of these easily enough. There's plenty. That one, and maybe even half of them. And we can just butcher all of those and make them into the meat we need. Although that's going to give most of what I need, so I don't need all of these. Actually, it already worked. Oh, because I only needed 2. I was thinking I needed 25. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone then. Put these back in here. And we'll leave it alone. I'm going to let these kind of run and grow for later purposes. I'm only going to end up using one of these recipes in the future, but we'll let them run and grow for a little while. Obviously, you would need to connect up, by the way, the output pipes here. Otherwise, these won't continue to work for very long. But there's not really anything I can sink that artificial fish water, the spent artificial fish water, whatever it's called, polluted. Right now, we can barrel it, of course. We're going to use that later. Crystal shards, I have no idea what those are yet. So, there's not really anything you can do with it. So eventually these are just going to fill up and fill up the pipe and stop working. But the point of this is that we got through setting up some of the fish stuff. And that leads us to what's kind of an interesting, fairly large chain that we've kind of been setting up for in a way. But the other stuff here has been all kind of different things, showing that you can make all of these products with biological sources versus chemical sources. And there's a good place this is leading to that will kind of give us some closure on something that we started this whole biological processing cycle with. But that's probably 2 to 3 episodes in the making. A couple to get there, and then at least a couple more maybe even to complete it. It's a rather big thing, as I mentioned, But we're gonna work toward that, and the culmination of that, which is taking the products from the fish, specifically this polluted artificial fish water, and some other things that we're kind of jumping toward as well, combining them together to make something that we are severely limited on as we started down the road of Angel's bioprocessing, whatever this is called. Bioprocessing. So with that teaser in mind, we're going to leave this here. And next time we will venture down that road a little bit further and make some additional materials from biological sources so that we can get ourselves toward this sort of one of these culminations in this mod, this component of the Angels mod. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.